You may be asking, why are these tracks all cut off? Well, I promised my wife that I would be able to close the closet doors, and the only way to do that is to cut this off. So I now have to do, every time there's somebody coming over, this is our guest room going to be our guest room. Every time someone comes over, I've got to do 16 connections. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Another 8 there, and then 2 more there. And I've got to get them all connected at the same time, which is going to be almost impossible. So I've got the other piece as a solid piece. It's got legs now. And so, yeah, this is the, instead of a fold away, it's a takeaway. So I don't know how that's going to fly, but this is what I got to do. So my wife's happy now that the doors can close flush and all this can disappear behind a closet door. So that's cool for her. Not so much for me, but anyway, do what you got to do. But yeah, this is a layout update, and I've got some big changes coming up. I am tired of this helix out here. So that thing in the corner is going to go. I'm going to keep the top level. I'm going to keep the top level up to here, and then it's going to duck under and hug the bottom of that. And I think right where it reaches above the bridge, it's going to do a drastic drop, and then it's going to end up through the hole in the wall over there. So that's going to be, instead of going around and around and around in circles, it's going to be a pretty steep drop. It'll be double track up to here, and then single track all the way down into the other room. It will spin around once, and I'm thinking it's going to come out here. So this is going to become the main line now, a single main line. And this one is not going to go up and around here. It's going to go up around the front, and it's going to come in back. This bridge is going to change the angle to this way, and it's going to join into this, and then it will end up going around the other helix over there and end up back up top. So the reason and the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drop, well, I think I may actually get rid of CP's yard, and I will drop this platform down as low as I can. So what I do is I guess I'll use my auto racks and see how high they are, and I'll lower this piece down to just above the auto racks, and that's how low that'll go. And I think I'll make that a lot skinnier. There won't be a yard there, and whatever I take off that level, I'll add to the black level here. And so this will open up, this black space will be probably 6 inches wider. So I can put some industry and switching down here and have a bit more operations at this level. This is good because my kids can reach it and they can do some switching as well. They can't even reach that, and I always bang my head on this, so I'm kind of fed up with this. Poor planning on my part, but this is my first layout, so you get things wrong. And I haven't done any scenery anyway, so there's no big loss here. I will unscrew all the braces and drop it down. And so we'll have one train coming down the hill here and then coming back along here a bit lower. And there'll be opportunities for passing. I don't think it won't be a double main line all the way through. And so the top level of the helix is going to stay up into that point, and it's going to get chopped. This is going to go, this is going to go. And then the drop down here is actually going to drop down starting there, and it'll end up connecting up with this guy. So this will actually be the main line, and this guy will actually turn into something that leads over to this space over here. So currently, this guy right here leads over there. So just a bit of a swap around. I'm trying to, and I'm gonna, so this bridge is going to be probably an inch or an inch and a half lower. And so I'm going to try and get rid of this. I think this is a 5-foot diameter. I'm going to go down to 4 feet. So that'll give me another foot down here to play with in front. And that'll be nicer. And we can do stuff with that. and then there'll be a big gap between that top level. That'll be missing. That'll be missing. So it opens up a nice space down here in front. And then I can actually use this over here as a long continuation. And then this space up here, I think this shelf will have to go up an inch to clear this down loop. And then there'll be a connector coming off behind the engines there to this space here. And then where above this, or right immediately behind it, I'm thinking I'm going to do an intermodal, not an intermodal, transload. So all kinds of transload, bulk, liquids, boxcars, everything. Just a big facility there. And I may move Forsyth's lubrication over here. And I think that's my next project. I'm going to finish off that container ship, the starboard stern of that container ship. And it's not going to have the Red Wing Milling Company on it. It's going to be shipping containers. Anyway, I don't know why that got stuck there. Just cleaning up. That container ship is going to go where that turquoise bin is. And that's going to be the intermodal yard. And I'm also going to squeeze in a grain silo there too. So that's going to come off on a 90-degree angle to the right where the current grain stuff is. So this space right here, and then I'll probably go over to that shelf where the container ship will be. So I know I'm packing in quite a bit, but I'm going to simplify this whole center section here. That's going to go down to a couple tracks instead of 5 or 6. And the town, yeah, I don't really care about the town. That'll be on the next layout, I guess. Yeah, anyway, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, and there'll be a little bit more coming out here too. Again, I'll have to add on a piece here because the engine facility is kind of hanging awkwardly over the edge. That's no good. You don't want your engines hanging over the edge. I almost lost my GMD1 off of that stub ender yesterday. So I've got to actually get some barriers up here. I'm going to start losing some nice engines. I think that's about it for this update. Nothing new. Actually, the only new thing there is that's my new DMJX 3-bay hopper that I just finished. I also have another one. Actually, I'll just do a brief on the end of this one. Just give me a second. Okay, I just finished doing this one today. We had the Queen. We had the day off for the Queen, so I finished doing this. I finished some other stuff. So this is an Exact Rail Platinum Edition Family Line 60-footer, and I just did some oils on this one and some powders on the sides, and then I used my my pencil technique on the rails for the doors, and then there's just some rust on the roof a bit and a bit of airbrushing. Just a hint. I'm trying to do a bit lighter weathering. Not so crazy as the other one I just showed you. And then the other side there's a few patches. You can actually find a nice image online of this Family Lines CSXT boxcars. And so basically I just followed the patching. So there's some beige patches and some navy blue patches. But yeah, just a nice light weathering. And I think this one goes off to Saskatchewan tomorrow, along with 5 other ones. So anyway, that's the latest one I've done. And I think I'm going to do a well car next. Anyway, that's my update. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like and subscribe. Would really appreciate it. Thank you. Have a good night.